Alright, we'll just take a look around here. This is how I drop these boards. So basically, I take this extension cord and wrap it around one of those. Then I cut it and it falls out of the wall. Well, this is a header. It's a very dangerous header. And all down below there. Step on this ledge. This is the wall that goes all the way down. So, okay, this is first one I'm going to drop of them. Basically, I hook up my extension cord to the beam and then hook it up to a wall over there. And then I'm going to cut it right down the middle and it'll slowly drop. And then once it catches on this extension cord, then I'm going to drop it all the way down. So I can do this one-handed, no problem. Alright, that one might be a little bit more problem. I got, basically that didn't fall like I intended. It's got two cross beams I was a little bit worried about taking off because as you can see this outer trimmer is just garbage. So I didn't want all four to drop at the same time or anything like that. So I guess I'm going to have to remove those cross bracing or hairborne pieces. And then we'll see it drop. But you can see how much water damage is on these. There's not bad lumber necessarily. It's good lumber in a lot of places, but rotted obviously, so I saved some of it. Okay, here we are. All I had to do was knock out that cross bracing and drop. So the good thing is it didn't affect the other ones. I think it's going to pull out of this wall. We're obviously on a header over here. So I'm going to start lowering it, and hopefully eventually that end will come loose and it'll go dropping down. But it'll be really pointed towards the middle by the time it actually goes to fall. So it shouldn't, like, it's not gonna swing at me or anything. Or swing at the wall, it shouldn't. Alright, now we're gonna slowly lower it down. We've got this extension cord around here, so it's all good. And you can see it's down there. It's quite a drop off from here. But I'll just give it a little bit of loose. You can hear it kind of cracking over there. Eventually it's going to give way, but it's going to be pointed really close to the ground when it gives way. So it almost will just slide along that wall. Just keep giving a little more. There we go. Alright, see? No damage done. Alright, we're going to lower this down. Keep lowering it down. Okay, that's it. Got one of the four down. And I'm down here. And this is a very piss poor floor here. And there's the joist down there. So this has got to come down. And I actually have bracing. I have bracing over here, which is the only reason I'm standing on this. Because I know it's braced underneath. Plus this board helps to keep you from falling through the floor. Alright, here we go with the second one of the four. We're leaving the outside trimmers. I think this trimmer might fall. I have actually gone and separated these boards in here. The interesting thing you see is that these boards do not go very far beyond that, the center wall. And the reason for that is, at least I believe, is that they're not aligned very well. So for instance, some of these boards on the top here, I had to bend and try and get them to work with a lot of pressure. I'm guessing that's why they stopped right here short of it. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so what you can see, what happened is exactly kind of what I was thinking, was that this outer one, the trimmer joist would break, and it broke with this one, probably primarily because of that cross bracing, but you weren't going to see me trying to climb out there to undo that cross bracing like that. No, thank you. So, what we got here is it's still tied up here. And what's going to happen is this will end up taking both of the trimmers down. So let's go take a look at this out here. Probably get a better shot of what's Yeah, see, it just snapped. And I had to walk on that. That's probably the scariest thing I've done so far, is trying to climb out on that thing, knowing that that trimmer joist was so bad. So we're ready. Both those are probably going to go down this time. It shouldn't matter if it's really uncontrolled, because again, I'm going to control this one down here with the extension cord, and the other one's going to fall with it. Alright, so I don't really have to do much work here. It's just wrapped around there, and just gonna slowly let it down now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I didn't want that to happen, but it happened. So I should have probably cut the outside trimmer before I pulled it down. So anywho, I think these are probably gonna need a little bit more mortar. We just lost the very top that kind of holds them together, you know, like holds them in, sandwiched in between the wall. So we'll do a little repair there. But we are dropping this piece. It's attached to a header board, so that header board is gonna crack and groan on me until it finally gives, or not give. Isn't that amazing? I'll hold that whole thing up. I don't know what that is. All right. Okay. Here it goes. I would like that thing to break. Alright. Oh, there we go. Like, these come out of the pockets pretty dang nice, especially doing it this way. Very controlled. It lets it angle up, and then it lets it pull like usually a couple nails on the very end of it. Toenailed in. This way does a good job of getting those. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Alright, this is where it starts to get a little bit hairy over here, you can tell, because there's no longer anything stopping me from going way down to the basement. But the next thing I got one more, and then we're good. And as far as bracing goes, I got a 2x12 going up here, I got a 2x12 going down there, I got another one on the other side, and then I got another 2x12 going this way. So we're hoping it all kind of holds together as I open this cavity up here. I think it will. You can see, nothing's moving. Alright, so the interesting thing is that this guy did not even show any damage until it came down. You can see how easily this part just broke off. So this is the kind of wood that you're dealing with in the back, even though it kind of looks okay. Pretty bad. Alright, so I got my header out. It only has two things that sit in the pockets. Most of it went as planned. I still have to get a couple of those just one of those out of the socket up here. That was the last one I cut. Yeah, so everything came smoothly except for that one that knocked a bunch of bricks down. So I'll have to either fix that or put just a wood blocking in between there. And these could be repaired a little bit up, you know. A little new mortar on like the top row of those. But yeah, all went as planned. Alright, here we go. Getting a little dark outside. Going here. And I have managed to get one of these trimmer boards in. So I'm doing the next trimmer board. And what I had to do, I had to throw in another 2x12 brace, and then I had to cut that leg a little bit more so that it can swing the board in, because there's just really no way to do it. So I told the inspector this wall is going to get butchered, and that is absolutely true, to try and get the floor joist in while it's there. So this wall will be rebuilt once I get this back floor in. Alright, so here we go with laying out this joist. So these are, each one of these is kind of unique in trying to figure out how to get this to work, but for the most part this is the technique that works while I'm up this high at least. So put a board across, jog it across. I got this other board attached to the top of it, and basically once I get it over to the other side and safe, then I can start working the board out from underneath it to drop the joist down. But these guys are super long. All right, check this out. We are on the joist, and this is scary. I know I can trust these joists though, so I feel as though I'm safe, although my leg's kind of dangling down into the abyss down there. Yeah. So this is what I gotta do. I gotta clean out that little pocket right there and then lower this down, and it'll be all good. Yep. Alright, so I made it. I got all that in place, and that was very scary. I first crawled out there with like 3 tools, and I was having a hard time carrying the tools and trying to balance on these beams, so I grabbed that sheet, threw the tools on there, and then the sheet saved me in that I screwed it in and was able to actually use it to like lift up this beam and kind of set it in place. Otherwise it would have been hard sitting on the joist to do that. So there it is. It'll go down. Yep, there's the wall. I'm missing my hallway badly, so this will probably not get done for quite a while, but this will get OSB'd fairly quickly, I think. I'll get this all done up to a certain point. I think 10 joists I got, and then I'm going to start tackling this back wall. But I'll screw down some sheets of OSB just so that I can move them around before they're final, and start tackling the wall. Because I think I may screw the OSB down a little bit, like one short of the edge, so that it doesn't rot in the meantime while I'm trying to replace this or get water on it, you know. So